Hello and welcome to Tarot Insights for the week of June 23rd, 2025. So today's the 22nd, so this Tarot Insights is for the week of June 23rd. So as always, we just look each day at the energies that you'll be experiencing that will be available to you in the next week coming up and help you make the best of it. So let's see what the energy is for Monday, the 23rd. We may be a little stressed out on Monday. Maybe you don't get a good night's sleep tonight, or just, this could be world events. It just shows a lot of stress and a lot of sleepless nights. And so on Monday, realize that not everybody's at their best. Probably people didn't get a lot of sleep and they're worried. And so just be gentle as you go about your day. But also, if you're the one feeling stressed, be gentle with yourself. Be kind. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday is just not a day to expect a lot from yourself. Let's look at Tuesday. Tuesday, we're trying to hold it all together. We're trying to, keep what's ours, not give everything away. Tuesday, you may be evaluating, is the give and take in your life equal? How much do you really have to give? The expression we hear now is, I don't have the bandwidth for that, but maybe you don't have the bank account for that. Maybe you don't have the patience for that. Whatever it is, on Tuesday, you're looking at, I want to give what I can give, but I'm not going to give more than I can give. So Tuesday's a day where, and maybe it's because we were just dealing with Monday being stressful. Tuesday, we're really evaluating, how much do I have to give? All right. And then on Wednesday, there seems to be more disagreements. This makes me a little bit nervous for world events because it does show on Wednesday there could be, on a global level, there could be more arguments or disagreements, or that could be bombings and things like that. And so on Wednesday, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to influence you on a microcosm, but in the macrocosm, in the big picture, there could be a lot of arguments or disagreements. And so on the microcosm, just be aware. Sometimes when there's things going on in the world, we tend to, unconsciously of course, repeat them in our own lives. And so this week, just realize there's a lot of stress going on in the world, especially Monday. Tuesday, people aren't willing to give anything in the world, and you may be finding that you're reflecting that. And on Wednesday, there's arguments going on worldwide, and you may find on the macrocosm and in the microcosm, you may find that you're also disagreeable. But recognize that some of it could be an empathic reaction to what's going on in the world. Hey, Danielle, glad you could join us. We were just chatting about how we can empathically, and sometimes, most often unconsciously, be acting out based on the world energies. So let's look at Thursday. Thursday, we are not listening to reason. Everybody's trying to tell us what to do. Everybody's trying to give their opinion, but they are not very wise. And so Thursday, I would not believe anybody. It doesn't mean that they're trying to dissuade you or trying to deceive you, but they don't know, right? They're just ignorant. And so on Thursday, do not believe everything you hear, because it's probably wrong, and it probably is based on someone not knowing the facts. And so also be aware, remember, microcosm, macrocosm. You may be talking to people, or you yourself may be spewing stuff, and you're not right. And so just be aware that you may not be seeing clearly in information that you get and in information that you give on Thursday. Does it mean we're bad people? No, it means we're humans, and we tend to very often be empathically affected without knowing it. So that's the feeling I get this week. Now, it may not be every week I get that feeling, but this week I'm feeling like a lot of what we're going through is empathic reactions to world events. So let's look at Friday. Friday, we're arguing, and we are not working as a family. Friday is not a day to try to do a happy family reunion. It's just when we are not agreeing with our family, and we're not able to see what we've gotten on a good side from the family. It's very easy to say, I got my bad habits from my family, or family trauma, or whatever. We're just having trouble seeing the positive of what we got from family on Friday. So this week, I have to say, I want you all to be gentle with yourself, because the energies are not fun this week. And again, be aware when you have an emotion, when you have a feeling, say, is this really me? Is this mine? Or is this maybe a reflection of what's going on in the world right now? But it also looks like a rocky week. Okay, so let's look Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's see if the weekend can pick up a little bit. Saturday, we're starting to feel more connected with others, and others are joining in to help us. Now, in the big picture, that could mean countries coming together to try to solve some of this stuff. It could mean communities coming together to try to work together. On the microcosm, you may find that you're able to connect with some like-minded people, and it's just making things a little easier. And then on Sunday, we separate, but for healthy reasons. We back away, we take a little bit of time, but again, it's the Three of Swords upside down. It's not an unhealthy separation. It's usually a minor separation, or it can mean we're separating for healthy reasons. So this is going to be a tough week. We don't have to ride the roller coaster of the energies of the week, though. If we can be aware that we may be triggered by other things going on in the world, we may be triggered by people in our life, and we can look and be kind of like saying, oh, that person's having a bad day, and not be like, oh, they're affecting me. You know, the more that we can observe this week, be very mindful of how we're being affected by things around us, we can make this be a rather calm week. But if we choose to ride the drama of everybody else's roller coasters, we are in for a roller coaster kind of week. It's your choice. Choose the drama roller coaster, or choose the observant, mindful, masterful mindset, where we observe that things are going a little wonky and stay in our center, stay in our calm. Listen, have as good a week as you can. And again, mindfulness. You're the master of your world, not all the stuff that's going around in it. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.